How to get started in real estate with little money. I'm Paul Maguire, and we're going to show you right here, right now, how you can learn how to get in the real estate game and start potentially making money and replace your working income with rental income over the years. So let's go right now. Alright, in this video I'm going to show you 7 ways that you can get started in real estate with little money. And the first way we're going to talk about is a lease option. A lease option means that you rent a property with a small amount of money, down payment and first month's rent, and you live there and you pay a little bit of money each month towards the down payment. Now while you're doing that, you can improve your credit, you could save for your down payment, and you can look into the free money that I talk about in another video that's available for those who want to have an owner-occupied home and are first-time home buyers. So that's one of the ways to get into real estate with a little bit of money. A second way to get into real estate with a little bit of money is just invest in REITs. REITs are real estate investment trusts. Real estate investment trusts are basically big companies that buy lots of real estate that you could get a small piece of and you would get your returns on your investments. Similar to a stock, but the product is they invest in real estate. Those are called real estate investment trusts. You can get into those for as little as $1,000. Check with your mortgage broker or your E-Trade consultant or whatever trading platform you're on, and you can start there. Another way to get started, the third way to get started in real estate with little money, is to bring in a partner. Okay, go out and find deals. There's lots of money for deals. Okay, you'll hear many people talk about, if you find the deal, we'll help you find the money. All right, banks know what you're looking at. Banks know whether it's a deal or not a deal, and they'll tell you how much they'll lend on the deal depending upon the value of the deal and the equity in the deal. So going out and finding deals, using your time driving around, research on the internet, looking at properties that are being foreclosed on places like auction.com or Hubzu, H-U-B-Z-U, or foreclosed.com, and look at some of those different properties. And if you see a deal, you can always bring an investor. So that's the third way that you can get involved with just a little bit of money. The fourth way that you can get involved is seller financing, where the seller will finance the deal for you and give you an opportunity to fix up the property while you're living there, or give you seller financing where they'll carry the financing for you, okay, and you may not need as much money. Another way as part of that seller financing is sometimes you can use another property for the down payment equity. So if you have equity in another property, the seller can put a note on the other property for your down payment so you can get into this new property with very little money because you're using the equity from another property. Be careful with that, but that is a way to do it. The fifth way to get involved in real estate with just a little bit of money, and one that you're doing right now, is to start learning how to earn, okay? Be sure to subscribe and comment and like and get notified on the channel so that I can help you learn how to make money in real estate. I do this all the time. I'm a daily, regular real estate investor. I own lots of real estate. I buy, fix, sell, hold, rent, do a lot of different things in real estate, including development. So I've got a lot of experience. I want to help you, so be sure to subscribe. So on to the fifth way. The fifth way, besides learning, is to bring in an investment group. It's put together people who have money or who are experienced that can help you along. Most people don't have time. A lot of people have more money than they have time. Use your time to go out and find and research deals. Use their money to help you fund the deals. Now, how do you find deals? Well, we already talked about auction.com, which is almost all foreclosures. We talked about Hubzu. Now you can always go to the auction and register for the auctions, and just, even if you don't buy anything, go for the experience of it and see what happens. Typically at a public auction, you will need to have cashier's checks made out to the county that is doing the auction. But the best thing for you to do when you're first starting is just go and see what happens. And while you're at the auction, well, who are you going to meet? People who are investing in real estate, right? So you may make a new friend or two of people who are in the business, and you'll see what they do, how they do it, and operate. This was one of the ways I learned real estate. Was I went to an open house and I met an investor, and we spent several hours together just talking about real estate, driving around looking at local real estate in the neighborhood and properties that he was fixing up. He saw me as a potential investor, I saw him as a mentor, and we merged, and I put money in and he showed me how to renovate a house, and from there I bought many hundreds of homes after that through foreclosure or through buying homes or buying properties, okay? So that is a way for you to get started. Another way to get started in real estate, and the sixth way to get started in real estate with no money, is to get grants. So if you're going to buy an owner-occupied home, there are many first-time home buyer grants. Typically, you may qualify for an FHA loan for 3.5% down, or if you're a veteran, 0 down if you qualify, which you should if you're a veteran, and that allows you to get into a home with a little bit of money. Now, on the 3.5% down, let's say you don't have that, you can get a gift letter from a relative or someone who you're not going to pay it back. It's a gift, a parent, uncle, someone who you associate with that is in your life. The bank will tell you what the qualifications are. Another way on that is to just save it, okay? Or you can use money that you potentially have in your 401k, talk to your tax accountant, talk to your accountant and how you do that, all right, and what's allowed. Your realtor will know, your mortgage broker will know what you can do. Mostly your mortgage broker will know what you can do in terms of that and what the rules are. Make sure you follow the advice of them so you don't end up with a taxable event. But you can borrow out of your 401k. The seventh way, the way I talk about in my other videos, is wholesaling. How do you wholesale? Wholesale is where you get a property in contract and then you sell the contract, okay? You may need no money to get a property in contract on a wholesale, where you sell the contract and make a fee for somebody who ultimately buys the property. I've bought property from wholesalers. I talked about it in some of my other videos. I just bought one yesterday, actually last Friday, today's Tuesday. I just bought one last Tuesday. We talked about it yesterday, and basically they're a wholesaler. They found somebody who wants to get rid of the property, it has a tenant in it, they want their money now, okay? Short close, they want to close right now. So why would somebody sell a property for a discount? Because real estate is illiquid, okay? It takes a while to sell. If somebody needs their money right now, then they're going to do what? Potentially lower the price or wholesale a property if somebody says, yeah, I'll leave 20 or 30,000 on the table or more because I want that money right now. I don't want to deal with vacating. I don't want to deal with cleaning up the property. I don't want to get it ready to sell. I just want my money. And so wholesalers look for people like that who just want their money and deal with whatever problems they don't want to deal with. And that's the seventh way that you can get into property with a little bit of money, by actually finding those people. And we talked about in another video how to find people who are looking to wholesale their property, but that's another way that you can get started. And the bonus way, the eighth way, is Airbnb. And Airbnb can be done with the owner's permission. You can rent a property and have the right to sublease the property, meaning furnish the property and rent it out on Airbnb for more than you rent the property for. So there, with a little bit of money, you control the property and you have the ability to generate cash flow off the property from renting it out on Airbnb, okay? Can you get started in real estate with a little bit of money? Well, you already have. You haven't spent a dime and you're already learning. That's why you want to subscribe, comment, like, and get notified, because every day, 5 days a week, I'm posting a new video to teach you how to invest in real estate and how to make money. So since we already talked about it a little bit, let's go on to the next video and follow me over there where I talk about how to get started in real estate wholesaling properties and what you could do to get properties under contract and potentially sell them and get paid a fee for doing so. I, as I mentioned, have done this where I bought properties. I've also had deals where I got the property in contract, brought in an investor who wanted the property, or say, hey, you want to take this property down? Here's the contract, give me 5-10 grand, you can buy the property. And when you do that, you put the name of your company or yourself and or assignee. The assignee is who you would assign the contract to for them to close or take it down, as we would say in the industry. I hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. We're going to talk about wholesaling.